those are the Most High and the angels. So now when you look at, he says in verse 17 of 1 Thessalonians 4:17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Mashiach and the Most High in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Mashiach, Yahushua. Say, wherefore comfort one another with these words. Hopefully we're worthy to be caught up with him if you endure unto the end. This is a temporary thing. You got to endure until the end. Look, go to Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. These those that have died, how? Those that are alive, because the ones that have died, they're going to be with Mashiach. They're going to be right. They're going to be risen first. But we that are alive, they're going to say, come up hither. Remember, it's going to be the trumpet of the Most High. They'll say, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a vehicle of the Most High, a chariot, what we call IFO, identified flying object, what they call unidentified flying object, UFO. We know them as IFOs. And their enemies beheld them. Our enemies going to be watching us go up in the clouds. Whereas enemies of Israel or enemies of these other nations, they're going to behold us going up in the clouds, up in the chariots. That's why it says, hey, he might protect you just for that little moment. So once you go up there, here it is, Isaiah 26 and 20. It's all here. Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people. My people. Who's his people? Children of Israel. The children of Israel. Come, my people. Who's his people? Exodus 3 and 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people. Who's his people? The children of Israel. He said, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. So now we go back to Isaiah 26 and 20, where it says, come, my people. Who's his people? The children of Israel. Enter thou into thy chambers. We're going to enter into the chambers. And shut thy doors about thee, just like they shut the door of the ark, the doors of the chariots, the IFOs, identified flying objects, the angels that's coming to get us, 200 million by count in Revelation 9:16. And shut thy doors about thee, said, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. The destruction. We're going to hide ourselves for a little moment until the destruction be overpassed. Now, is this going to be one person? All you individualists? All you individualites? You're going to be the only one there? It's going to be all of us together, but you're not used to gathering yourself. You're not used to fellowshipping with and gathering yourself with your people. So how are you going to be there? Listen. For behold, the Most High Mashiach cometh out of his place to do what? To punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, for their wickedness, for their sins. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. And people gonna dead bodies gonna be everywhere. What you're going to do when he comes for you. Because it's coming. Believe me, it's coming. This is real. That's why we got to really look at this. And once we are able to, Most High will, I might say, enter into the chambers, and our enemies going to watch us go up in these chariots, they're going to be saying this. That's what they're going to say. We can read what they're going to say in Wisdom of Solomon. Fifth chapter. It says, you start at verse 1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labors, like we do when we go out and we street teach. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And here we go for us dealing with what I just read to you about our salvation. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. You see? So our enemies going to behold us as we're going into these chariots. We're going to come back to get Micah 7. Micah 7 and 16. See, the story of the past, the present, and the future is all here in the Word. Micah 7 and 16. See, the nations shall see and be confounded, meaning they're going to be confused at all their might. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Most High while Fell0Wship our power, and shall fear because of thee. See? Who is a power like unto thee? See? You're going to wonder this. Going back to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 3. This is what, remember, say our enemies going to behold us. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in division, in the proverb of reproach. This is how they have us. Unto the end. This is why they're going to be saying, when we reach in salvation, this is what it says, they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. They said, this was he? This is what we had in a proverb of a reproach, or disgraceful names that they call us. We fools account his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. They screaming this as we reach in salvation. Or could you press star 6? Whoever that was just came on the call. Could you press star 6? Yes. Could you press star 6? Yeah, that way you'll muted because we have a lot of background noise. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So we in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 4. It says, we fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. They screaming this. This is when we reach the salvation. Remember it says our enemies going to behold us. This is what they're going to be saying. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. What's the truth? When you read Psalms 119, 142, that righteousness is everlasting righteousness, and that law is the truth. So it says, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, from the laws of the Most High. And they telling you ain't under the law, you under mercy and grace. Get out of here. And the light of righteousness have not shined upon us, unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Listen, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, as you see today. Bombing people, bringing sanctions on them, not following the laws of the Most High. You know, all the things that is contrary to the laws of the Most High that they say you can do, and pass laws to say it's okay. That's what I say, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, as for the way of Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. So you take it any way you want to. That's what they're going to be saying. So all you want to try and bring the fellowship of these people that's going to be saying this here, these other nations are enemies of the Most High, enemies of Mashiach Yahushua, that's named in Psalms 83rd chapter. You're going to try and bring them into the covenant of Israel? That's what they're going to be saying. We have not known the Most High. Known is past tense. From that point that we, from beyond our birth to where we at now to the time of the future of the salvation of the children of Israel. That's what our enemies going to be saying. Remember it said our enemies beheld us. Now let's go back and see what's going to happen as they're down on the earth saying the things that we just seen that the Most High said they're going to be saying. What's going to happen next? Revelation 11. It says, in the same hour, this is Revelation 11:13. Remember it says, and their enemies beheld them. So I showed you what our enemies going to be saying. Now here, going back to Revelation 11:13, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. A complete number of men going to be killed. And a remnant, that's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, were frightened. Yeah, you don't want to be scared now? You're going to be afraid. Or frightened means what? You're going to be afraid. You're going to be scared to death. Hopefully scared to life. You're going to be going into life. It says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. The second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. So